pocket like rocket fuel.
Welcome in, everybody. It's the coach. This is Madden 20 on EA Sports. On tap is what should be a pretty good matchup between the Washington Redskins and the New England Patriots. I'll be back with you again with scores around the league at halftime. But kickoff right around the corner. Standing by to call the action, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us roughly midway between Boston and Providence. Everybody knows it as Gillette Stadium in Foxborough. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Washington Redskins and the New England Patriots. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden. And, Charles, we look at this Patriots team entering play. They come in off a loss in the opener last week. That one was on the road. Now they get their first taste here of home cooking.
And what they're hoping to do is feed off the energy of the home crowd. Great tailgate, great fan support. Let's see if they can put it to good use.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Redskins, they too were losers last week, so they're also hoping to get back in the win column.
Something's got to give in this one, right? Both teams want to start a new streak, and they both want it to be a victory. This should be a fun one.
So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over.
Go. 90 Wolf. 56. You better bring it. You better bring it.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Here we go.
He'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. He's got a first down. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Redskins scoop it. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line.
I know that taking care of the football is something that's drummed into every guy who plays this position, no matter what.
So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Flush to his right. He's going to find his tight end, Boyle. That one good for 13 and a New England first down.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. N'Keal Harry was the intended target, but it's going to be second down. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Montez Sweat gets him for a loss of 10 yards from his linebacker spot.
15 line. 15 line. Mike 51. Mike 51.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Being chased out left. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
And 3rd down is a key down in any game you play. And 3rd down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
Almost outkicked his coverage there. 48-yard punt, but 10 on the return. So the offense set to take the field here. They will have the football with less than a minute to go in the first half.
Let's go, defense. Let's go.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Escape, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Montez Sweat picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
In tatters, so it sounds a little bit like this right now. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and he gets it back into the end zone. It's a fumble recovery leading to a Washington. So we are in the final minute now of the first half as this offense gets ready to take over. They'll set up a throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Montez Sweat able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Charles, not to point fingers, but how much of this goes on the shoulders of the offensive line? Well, look at the 6 sacks last week. That's the 4th in this game.
Definitely the bulk of it does go on the offensive line.
And he's going to go down again. The DN, Jonathan Allen, making sure his presence is felt.
Well, that's a pretty darn good start to his season, huh? A sack in the opener, adds a second one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
And they're going to sack him yet again. The pass rush has been relentless. This time, it yields a safety. So second quarter, this offense losing and hoping to get the football in the end zone for the first time.
That's what I do.
Now back to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in 1 game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because,
well, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Now on 3rd and forever, he'll look to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. Thomas barreling ahead. Fights free yet again. And he'll bring it all the way back just a yard or 2 shy of midfield. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means he'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. He can't avoid the pressure. Redskins get there. Montez Sweat in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. They'll call that a 61-yard punt. He got all of that one. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he's not going to go anywhere as they get him down behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
It's complete to Mitchell. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. So we have come upon halftime, and it's the visiting Redskins who have the lead here. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, we'll get you back to you and Charles in a bit, but first it's time for a trip around the NFL following an eventful opening weekend. Let's see what's happening in Week 2. We'll start out west at Dignity Health Sports Park in Carson. And it is the Chargers who have the lead in the second quarter. Keenan Allen, a touchdown reception. Let's stay in the AFC West as we check on the Broncos at home in Denver. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Raiders. The Broncos locked in a tight one, but this is a game you feel they've got to have. Finally, let's get down to Miami to see what's going on with the Dolphins. And they fall in that one to the visiting Indianapolis Colts. Jacoby Brissett, 3 touchdown passes as his guys move to 2-0 on the young season. In our game, it was Dwayne Haskins with a strong first half. He's thrown for close to 200 yards already, and that's helped propel his guys into the lead. As we send you back to Brandon Gaudin.
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken at the 3. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
Set, ready, 8, read. Ready.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Eluding the pressure. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
2nd and 15. That's to his running back, Sony Michel. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. On play action, they'll throw. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Another drive comes and goes, still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, you know, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. You just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
Great coverage there, holds him to a 2-yard return following a 50-yard punt. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. They'll look to throw here on first down. That's into the hands of the tight end, Boyle. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
As far as tight ends go, this guy's not a speed burner. He's much more of an inline blocking type of a tight end. But how about this last play? Made a nice catch and picked up a first down.
That's what impresses me about him. When he's called upon, usually gets it done. Nothing in that first half, nothing on the last drive, but they're moving now with a 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. Oh, that was dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked, but instead they'll keep it on 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Looking for the end zone. His throw incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions. 3rd down here and 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on 3rd down.
The kick by Joseph is good. And they'll get back 3, but this remains. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Flushed out right. Looking for Harry. But when this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off around the 41. And they will set up shop at their own 40.